What's up, everybody? This is Ace from Ace Corner Talk. Just coming back this Saturday. Just wanted to chat, throw some stuff out there, something we could build on. Hope everybody's in good health. Sorry for the wait. Haven't been around for a couple of days. Man, it's been rough. Been rough in the field. My eye has swole up and, yeah, out of commission. So I'm glad everybody's able to tune in, those who can. So we're just going to get ready to build, man. I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to Ace Corner Talk, where the real talk begins. And just go ahead and put your thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Thumbs down if you don't. At least let me know what's going on. And I'd like for y'all to converse, give me some feedback. You know, I'd like you to be engaged in what we're talking about, because I believe that each one teach one. I believe that it can help. It can help our families. It can help on an everyday to-day struggle. So I appreciate those who can tune in and those who will tune in and those who are faithful supporters from the beginning, because you never know where this platform is going to go or how big it's going to get. Other news, if you don't have your GED, if you are looking to get your GED or high school diploma, if you want to walk across the stage, doesn't matter the age, you still can get your high school diploma. If you do, come and reach out to me, Ace Corner Talk. So it's ace.barbertalk. Reach out to me if you do or you're trying to get your GED. Anybody in the Baltimore area that you're looking to get your GED or high school diploma, reach out to me and I'll definitely put you in the right hands so you can begin that process, all right? So we're about building, and I believe that if we could build the strength of the man, you know, we'll have a better community, we'll have better lifestyles, we'll have better everything, better families. So this is a platform, and I believe this is the type of platform where everybody can be a part of. But I'm mainly talking to the black brothers, because I believe that if I strengthen my black brothers and we all come together as one, we could be a force out here. And so all those who are from other nationalities, I know New England and I know New Zealand and all these different places are tuned into this channel. I appreciate the support. Thanks. So we're going to get in this bill, family. I appreciate it. So we're talking today about why do black people hate on each other so much? If you read the caption in the title, you'll see that the title and the heading is, why do black people hate on each other? And this is something that I believe is going to be very eye-opening for me, for you, and for any of us. And those who wish to call in, hey, be my guest. Go ahead, call in, and we'll be able to finish on this build. But what I will do is, give me 1 second so I can open the chat. Let me see. Okay. Give me 1 second, family. I apologize. I'm trying to get the chat thing going here. So, yeah, so definitely we're going to be building and trying to make our communities better. And I hear a lot of people, well, what do you mean communities? Well, it's not just saying our communities, it's saying because what's going on, T-Duck? Oh, let's get it. Hey, I'll get you in if you want to. Let's do it. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me send you the link, and I'll definitely get you in there. All right. So we're definitely targeting not just families. I know a lot of people who say, well, what do you mean community? Well, in essence, the community is us. Hold on, family, while I send this link to one of my good friends. Give me 1 second, T-Duck, and I'm gonna get you in there, all right? So I believe that we all play a role. Hey, I was in the barbershop today, right? And we was getting it in. I mean, it was like 7, 8 of us. And man, it got real heavy. And I recorded it too. I recorded the whole thing when we was in the barbershop, that barbershop talk. And man, we was getting it in real heavy. And I tried to record it. For some reason, it wouldn't let me download it to the actual chat. All right, T-Duck, I sent it to you, all right? So it wouldn't let me record, but for some reason I didn't get the whole thing. But oh man, it got real heavy, and we was bringing up a whole lot of topics and a whole lot of things, and we was talking about the here and the now, what we dealing with. And I heard some people, whether it sounded negative or not, I had to sit there and endure it because I was coming from a positive aspect, and a lot of them was coming like, you know, it's me, myself, and I type of thing. So one of the guys posed the question like, look, what if your son was out there? Would you want me to say something to your son if he was out there smoking weed? And he was like, of course. Yeah, you better say something. So I posed the question, is it just me, myself, and I? Or is it, okay, your son is right here, and we say something to your son because I know you and I know your son. So that's the thing. We're getting into this because we got to know. So if we take a deeper look, we are trained to hate each other. That's facts. No matter how you look at it, we are definitely trained to hate on each other. And as crazy as it sounds, we've been trained that from birth. Or even if you want to go back to the plantation days, we were trained back in the plantation days to hate on each other. So why is the hate so much when it comes to us? And also, y'all can call in. Excuse me, while I was into my train of thought. Y'all can call in. So I'm going to shoot the number out there, and we're going to go in with the call. What's up, family? Salam. Let me shoot this number here. Hey, T-Duck, if you did get that link, and if it didn't go through, let me know, all right? So I can shoot it back to you a different way. So I'm not sure if that, the way I sent it, if it was able for you to get in. But we was trained to hate on each other. We was trained to have a different outlook on the next man. And it's hard because some days and sometimes, you know, when you look at the next man, they might not be doing good as you, or they might not be in the same headspace as you. But at the end of the day, that's your brother. And he has the same skin color as you. And we fighting against that same beast. We fighting against the same Caucasian man or Caucasian woman. And I'm not just saying that, and let me not sound like I'm racist. We're fighting against other nationalities also, because if you give a poll and you take a poll right now and you give a poll about who they say is on the bottom, they're going to say black people are on the bottom. I've did it. I've talked to so many people, and their view is that we're on the bottom. Everybody else is above us. But why is that? And then is the black narrative, is it because a lot of us have been conditioned on a plantation to think that way? Okay, people on your job, why do some people hate on you versus the other? Is it because you got more skill than them? Is it because you have more insight about the job? Why do they have to treat you a certain way? Is it the color thing? Or is it because they know you're better at what you're doing than them? It has to be a fine line there. What is it? And that's what we're going to talk about. So one of the things that I was opposed to as a question is, why don't we want to support each other? Why is it hard for us to get in sync to support each other? Because the first thing, when you see a black-owned business, versus a Chinese business. Say, let's go here. I'm gonna take it there, females. Here we go. What about the nails? What about the nail thing? Okay, so sometimes they'd rather go to a Chinese for the nails rather than go to the black person. But why would that be? Why is that? Is that another form of, you know, of hating on your brother or sister because they got their own business and they're trying to thrive? Or is it because you think the quality of what they're doing is not up to par? Which line does that fall in? And which category does that fall in? Because as I see it, if somebody has their own business, and whether they black, Chinese, if they give good quality, support them. But you should want to support your brothers and sisters first. That should be the first thing. The first narrative is, hey, you know what? I see my black brother or my black sister wanting to do good for their community. Let me support them. Let me try to strengthen their business by supporting them in their business. So a lot of times we see that that's not happening. We see that they're not in sync or they're not in full support of what is taking place. You feel me? A lot of people is not in full swing of that. So we struggle. So we fight. So we go through that whole thing. Is it worth it? Is it worth even trying to support or help somebody when we got our backs against the wall? You understand? So another thing that was posed to me as a question is, why do we tear each other down when we're trying to lift each other up? Why is there so much negativity when somebody brings up good points about wanting to do a little better? Now, I was in that barbershop, and although there was the mass majority of us was talking some real good talk, there was maybe one or two that was coming from a different angle, and it kind of like offended. One guy got up and was like, man, he left out for a few minutes. He had to cool down. He felt like, man, you know, he felt some kind of way about what was being talked about. And one thing, you got to have tough skin. If you want to engage in this type of battle and you want to engage in talking to individuals about this type of subject, just for fun, just for laughs and giggles, whatever, you got to have some tough skin for the rebuttal that might come against you, because not everybody's in full swing or full support of you, you know, trying to build this thing. They're not. I mean, I'm sorry, they're not. Let me send this link out again. They're not in full support. Some people can care less because they're in the struggle. But again, would it help all of us? All right, what's your name? Where you calling from? Wait a minute, you gotta get your stuff cleared out. Can't hear you. But again, I can't hear you. Help all of us. You have to call back. I can't catch what you're saying, caller. Yeah, you have to call back. Right, you got to call back. I can't understand you. You're in a bad area. Hello?
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up?
I got a comment for the question.
All right,
why do black people hate on other black people so much?
Yeah. Who am I? Hold on. Who am I talking to? First of all,
this is I'm known. I'm a man of many names. Some call me Lord. Some call me Jim, Raheem.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
You can pick what call me by, but I believe the reason that black people hate on black people so much, it's embedded in it.
Hold on, real quick, family. Hold on. Let me make sure that we still live. Let me make sure that we still on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can pick.
All right, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. We good.
I say the reason. I believe the reason that black people hate on other black people so much is it's embedded in it.
Right.
It was bred in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was bred in it. For one, if one person don't have the know-how and the tools to better themselves, they're gonna hate on the next man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Black people, we destroyed as people, man.
Right.
We destroyed as people. I was just working at a company, and it was Black Americans, it was Africans, it was Asians, and it was Spanish people working at the company. And all the foreign people, when lunchtime comes, one person brings lunch, and they all sit and eat out of one lunch together.
Okay.
In unity. You know what I mean? A black person, you can't even ride through a black neighborhood and speak without somebody giving you a greasy look or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just, we destroyed as people, man. I compare it to flowers. If you're trying to grow a tree, and you can see that the tree is just constantly produce every season. It just constantly produce bad fruit. You gotta dig down underneath of the tree and take the whole roots and everything out.
Right.
And the only way to better us as a people, we gotta be rerooted, man. We gotta be rerooted from slavery, from segregation, and now us ourselves. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, we just all destroyed as people, man. We just all destroyed. I could go on and on about that topic and so many different, you know what I mean, different avenues about that topic, why we messed up. But we destroyed as people, man.
So
that's bottom line to it. We destroyed as people, man. We gotta change the way that we think about one another. You know what I mean? Like black people more willing to accept another nationality than they do their own people. They take the word from another race, another nationality before they take the race of their own people.
That's true.
It's like we hate ourselves.
That's true.
It's like we hate ourselves, man. Like I try my best to support black people. You know what I mean? But even like when it comes down to taking my family out and stuff like that, first thing I ask my lady is like, oh, like what type of party be there? I don't even want to be around some black people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because of the way that we conduct ourselves as a whole, the things that entertain us. You know what I mean? Like what we find cool, what we find acceptable. Like my family gotta be rerooted, man.
Right.
You gotta be rerooted, man.
Now
that's all I got to say, though, man.
Well, check this out.
Thanks for allowing me to.
Hold on. Stay right there. We're gonna build for like 1 second. Just hold right there. So,
all right.
Even with that being said, because like I was bringing up some good points when I was in that barber shop earlier. I was bringing up good points about, okay, with that being said, how do we remedy that fact to helping other people? You feel me? Like how do we go about doing that? And I gave a whole host of different things of how we can do that. And a lot of people was kind of like, they was opposed to it. It was like they was so standoffish about wanting to be able to help. It was getting into that area where, you know, let me do me and, you know, just leave me alone. I don't think I'm in the right headspace to try to help somebody else. And that's what one of the guys was saying. He was like, look, man, he was like, I got to master my own self first before I can even try to help anybody. But it don't take a whole lot to just build with somebody or somebody that needs help. Not just saying giving them monetary stuff like money, but if you know your brother and sister is in need, why wouldn't you give them a hand in some kind of way to help them get to the next level? I mean, we all needed somebody at one point to get to where we are. Why do we got to hate on them even if they're in a good place? And why should we have to hate on them? You feel me? Like if somebody doing that's a tad bit better than you, why would you hate on that person? You should be applauding that brother. Look, man, I'm glad that you got your stuff together. And then the next thing would be, how could you help somebody else once you did get yourself to a certain place? And then also, this was the kicker. They said, by whose standards are we trying to get ourselves together by? And And that just blew the whole thing out, man. We was all over the place with that thing. You feel me? It was like, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this, not to cut you off.
No, you good. Go ahead.
And in order to save a person or to help a person, we gotta start with understanding the person.
Right.
In order to understand a person, you gotta know and find out who you're trying to understand. A lot of us here in America don't even know who we are.
Right. Okay.
We don't know what our original nationality is. Everybody say Africa. Africa is a continent.
Right. You speak the truth right there. I got you.
Like when people say, when someone say where you from or where you live, don't nobody say North America.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's a continent. We excuse me. We narrow down specifically where we from. Like we got to find out specifically our roots, like who we are as a. You know what I mean? Everybody's not from the same place. Everybody's not from the same. You understand what I'm saying? Like
right.
We got to understand who it is, who we are as people.
Right.
And once we understand who we are, by finding out who we are, then explain why it is that we act like specifically. You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
Like that's like I believe everybody needs to trace their roots, man.
Got you.
Trace your roots back. You know what I mean? Trace your roots back, and you'll get some answers for what it is and why it is we doing what we're doing and we acting the way that we acting. You know what I mean? Like
right.
we gotta find out who we are as a people, man. You know what I mean? And Pookie and Bebe from East Baltimore and West Baltimore is not who we are. A lot of us are royalty.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
A lot of us come from inventors. A lot of us come from intelligent people. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Who were doctors in the villages and stuff in our native home. You feel what I'm saying? But we over here and all they give us is the saggy pants and a pistol.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of us in my age bracket and a little bit some older than me, we adapted that butthead or knucklehead is what's up. It's cool. I'm gonna tell you, like I'm 31 now, and that stuff tricked me out my life.
Right.
It tricked me out my life. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 31 with 9 kids. I haven't been incarcerated in about going on 10 years.
Right.
Because I woke up and I realized like I wasn't placed here to prove to somebody how hard I was or how tough I can be or this street stuff, man.
Right.
That street stuff, this music is destroying us as people. You know what I'm saying?
Like
that's why slowly but surely I'm pulling my children away from this music that they be listening to.
Wow. Good call. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I like that.
If you reflect our roots, like on the 50s, on the 60s, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The difference in the music, and it was a difference in the time.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? 60s, 70s, 80s, they was talking about partying. They was talking about their family, talking about working hard.
Right.
And loving their significant other.
Right.
So that's what people were doing. Soon as they allowed the profane music or the violent music or the vulgar music to come through on the airway, it polluted our people.
Right. That's true.
It polluted our people. You know what I mean? Like we gotta change everything. We gotta change everything as a whole, man. Like and start. We gotta start by finding out who we are. By who we are. And a lot of the ways that we act and the things that we take on, we will be surprised of who we come from, man.
Right.
I think that will help a lot of people get their act together. You know what I mean? If you start with a child, from the time a child is born until it reaches the age of 21, if you told this child every day, you're brilliant, finding out who we are, you're brilliant. You're brilliant. You're going to be successful. You're going to be something. That child's going to grow up and do something.
Right.
That child going to grow up and be successful. That child going to grow up and be brilliant. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what was put into that child. But when it's all this negativity around that's clogging us, man, don't nobody want to be brilliant. They want to be a bad boy. They want to be a hardhead. Right. They want to be the toughest of the tough. You feel what I'm saying? But back to what I said, man. In order to help these people, we got to find out who these people are that we're trying to help. Starting with ourselves, man. And I'm saying that because me myself, I really need to trace back to see who I come from, to see who my ancestors were.
Real fast.
And maybe that'll give me some answers why I'm the way that I am.
Wow. Okay. Well, I appreciate your call. Thanks for calling. Yeah, that right there, that's real talk. The caller he had some good points, and he was hitting on some real good things, man. We definitely got to trace back our roots. We definitely got to trace back, you know, and even if you want to say where we originated from, we're dealing with the here and the now, and we're trying to deal with a lot of the stuff that, you know, we're faced with in the here and the now, because like he said, I think he said he hadn't been to jail in 10 years or so, or whatever the case was. That right there, for that's a milestone for him. We on the outside might be looking at it like, oh man, that ain't, you know, okay, blah 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 blah. But to us, or to somebody who's been locked up, that's a milestone. That right there, that's real. That's a real milestone. And you know, it's tough, man. It's a tough thing, because people who have been in those predicaments and situations, we can't hate on somebody else, because we know what the struggle was to get to where we are. I know this to be true. People who had to struggle hand and foot, and as they begin to mature and grow into where they are, whether they have things, material things, monetary things, whatever, they have an appreciation for the things that they have acquired. And then on the inside, it's no need to hate on anybody else, because they're comfortable where they are, because they realize the other side of the book. Some people are so caught on material things. We even was talking about how, you know, Jordans and how, you know, LeBrons and all of these different type of sneakers are things where people just, that they gotta have those things. People even kill over these things. And is it really that serious for us to be catering to that? I mean, come on. Is it really that serious that we cater to something as materialistic as that is? Is it that serious that we got to kill somebody over that? But it's happening every day. It's happening every single day in our neighborhoods. Kids can't even go to school without somebody trying to snatch their feet off them. It's happening every single day. It's happening. And we got to realize that when you start to deal with people who have lack of, they hungry. They're in a hungry position. They are in a hungry position, man. And anytime, you know, you try to rationalize when somebody's hungry, all they gonna be thinking about is their stomachs, and they're gonna be thinking about how hungry they are. And they're not really thinking about, you know, that they need to get ahead. They're thinking about how hungry they are. That's the nature of it. Hold tight. Sorry, everybody. Trying to get this screen joining here. So that's where they are. They're thinking about the next meal, and they're thinking about how they can get ahead. But everything else they can care less about. You know, some people, and then we was talking about, we even got on the topic about housing, you know, having good houses and whatever. And he was like, is it really, do we really need to worry about a house to live in and all that stuff? And he was like, yeah, most people want to live in a house, in a decent house, whether you are in a decent neighborhood or not. You still want a shelter over your head. But is that enough to hate on? I got neighbors that hate on me, and I ain't never did nothing to them. You understand? But they look at the outside of things, and that's enough for them to hate on me, but never did anything. So even with that caller, which some of the things he said was so profound, it was so right on time. Why is it that we black people have to hate on each other? What's up, family in the chat? Rella in, peace to you. Peace to you. Doreen, peace to you. I want to say peace to the chat room. Peace to the chat room. So why is it? that family and people gotta hate. They gotta put that stigma out there and put it in the air. They might even spread some rumors about you and you ain't never did nothing to them. They gotta put false narratives out there about you and you never did anything. Why? Because they hating on you. Because they want to be in your shoes. They want to take your place. But why is that? You know, we can even go back to the plantation days where, you know, the paper bag test was given. They would take a paper bag and put it up. And if you wasn't light as that paper bag, you couldn't get in the house, or you couldn't be as privileged and couldn't get the perks and the privileges as a person that was light as the paper bag. That syndrome, that thinking is still lies here today. Where if you're a little lighter than the next brother, that people see you different than somebody might be dark as myself. And I experienced that my own self. I'm dark as they come. You might as well say I'm you might as well say I'm in Africa somewhere, dark as I am. So you know what I mean? So people, they still have that, they still think through that type of a lens. You understand? They still thinking through that type of a lens about, you know, the white and the white and dark thing. And it's crazy. If you're a little bit lighter, you might get that little bit of special treatment. You might get a hello. Somebody like me, I don't even get hello, goodbye, nothing. They just walk right by me like I did something to them. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy to me. It's crazy how, you know, that white and black thing, or black, light black and dark black, they have painted that picture in the world that if you are a little bit lighter, you get some perks. You see what I'm saying? You get stroked a little bit more, and then a black person like me that's real dark, shoot, man, they, you know, I get whatever's left. You, however you feeling that day, that's what I get. Peace. What's up, family? Envy and jealousy is humans' worst attribute, bro. That's true, D-Money. And wow, you know how true that is? The attribute of our makeup. Envy, jealousy, all of that is tied. That's even biblical if you want to even bring it there. That's even biblical when you talk about that. And we're not having enough common sense not to jump. What's up, everybody? Not to jump on that as a, you know, as a train to ride. I can't be jealous of somebody else because it's not in my, it could be in my nature if I allowed it to overcome my nature. Am I still here? Somebody give a thumbs up if you see me. I can't tell if I'm still live. Somebody put a 1 in the chat if I'm still on.